understanding the importance of well-being, the soul, the wellness of the soul, this being, well-being, the health of the soul, that is so important, that this form will remain healthy when the soul, I'm in a good state, when I am healthy. So we have been, this month, March, has been the program focus on the immune system of the soul. And today, the third practice is, I'm just going to share my screen. Yes, so today's practice is application. Yesterday, Sister Ashina took us through the contemplation, and Friday was meditation. And I would just like to start off with Mike George's little description of meditation. In his book, he says, the art and practice of meditation is the cultivation of self-awareness. The art and practice of meditation is the cultivation of self-awareness, the invocation of realization, then the subsequent transformation. Not just the transformation of oneself, as the self restores the awareness of its original form, but the forms of all that one is creating, from thoughts to attitudes, from perceptions to behaviors, from beliefs to, I was just thinking of the thought and the attitude, and everything that we do is so much focus is on our thoughts, because our thoughts generate an energy. And so when we are giving off that energy, so creating the thought within, and we allowing that energy then to be flowing from within us, that energy that is with our qualities, we are making sure that that energy is filled with that goodness of who we really are. And so then allowing that energy to flow, our original form, we are restoring the awareness of our original form. So we've forgotten our original form of being the soul with that wonderful goodness of peace, love, happiness, wisdom, power, purity, joy, truth. So we said from thoughts to attitudes, from perception to behavior, from beliefs to emotion. So that word should be emotion, sorry. As the old saying goes, infinite patience creates instant results. Meditation is the instant practice with infinite results. And that I can say is very true, because when we continuously practice meditation and allow ourselves to go deeper in understanding who we truly are, then what happens is each day we are able to see ourselves in this beautiful, beautiful way, this being that is shining, that is sparkling in the center of the forehead, that I feel how this energy that is within me is influencing me on a day-to-day basis, making decisions, whatever I need to do. It allows me to use that energy and direct it in a way that I want to. So the outcome then is positive, it's beneficial, it is peaceful, and I choose it to be the way I want it to be. So let us take this opportunity to really realize deeply this awakening of the soul, of rediscovering the soul. So today, this third practice application, you know, whilst there are so many trends to this different uniqueness of our day, we don't realize, we think, well, one day is the same as the next. Yesterday, I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I had my cup of tea or coffee, and, you know, it's the same old, and we keep thinking about it. And very often I see messages that come that says, good morning, welcome to a new day, welcome to new experiences. So each day is unique, each moment is unique, and that is the reality. That we should make sure that yesterday, it may seem familiar and similar to what I did yesterday, because I woke up, I had a cup of tea, I had a shower, I brushed my teeth, whatever it is, whatever, and I could change the sequence of what I do in the morning, but it just seems like I do it every day. But actually, in reality, it is a new day. It is a different day. So each moment is unique. It never repeats. Every action, every interaction is different. That's why every day and every interaction is an opportunity for me. Do I realize that? Do I realize truly that each day is unique, that the actions and reactions are different? Because what happened yesterday, I may be aware of that incident, what went wrong, that when I stepped into the office, there was the silence, and I also kept quiet. I didn't say good morning to anybody. And so there was no response. And then I felt, nobody wants to say good morning to me anymore. But when you actually walk in and you greet everyone, you will get that positive response. So it depends the intention that we've set for the day. And, you know, yesterday when Sister Devendri was talking about Daddy Janki, and this is what it is, that each morning I need to set that intention of what it is that I want to experience in my day. And so that day then becomes such an opportunity for me to appreciate myself, to realize what it is that I can do. I have awoken to my awareness on such a deep level. As I've practiced and going through the state of meditation, there's a deep awakening of a truth that is happening within me. So let us at every moment be awake to that awareness of truth that only happens when we take time to meditate and contemplation is taking place, because we are allowing and invoking and evoking this realization within. So as we increase our meditation, our contemplation, taking time every day, that is what I'm saying, every day has to be a regular practice. And so we will so much be awake to this well-being of who we really are. We will experience on a deep level this beauty that is within me, that I experience. And we will start to see clearly that which is true opposed to what is false. clear understanding. The intellect has that clarity of what is truth and what is false. It will direct me in that way where I will follow my truth. I would keep on aligning myself. So as I deepen my meditation and contemplation, I will keep aligning myself to that which is true. And so there is clarity in the path, there is clarity in whatever I'm doing, and I am connected to that goodness of which lies within the soul. I'm able to connect to it on a daily basis and generate that energy of positivity outwardly. So this soul, this being is constantly sparkling and sending out this vibration of light and peace into the world. And when we realize and rediscover ourselves, if we do not take the time to realize and restore and rediscover the self, we actually are missing out. We miss the opportunity to bridging the gap between the theory and the practice. So we take in the knowledge of understanding the self as a soul, that this form is separate, and that constantly we need to practice. We need to take this time and opportunity of being quiet, of being silent, of relaxing. But if we do not do that, then we miss out on that opportunity of, when we put it into practice, the benefits that I will reap, the result that I get out of practicing is such a beautiful life, a life that is clear, a life that is purposeful, a life that is valuable. We make our life as invaluable as a diamond. So is that really what we want to do? Do we want to experience this life that is so valuable like a diamond? So hence, we need to put into practice. Application is so important. So, we could just dream about this beautiful life, but we can put that into reality. And a lot of the times, because of the times that we are living in, a lot of the time people would say, well, it's just a dream, to live a life which is peaceful, which is relaxing, which is calm. You think that will ever happen? Yes, it can, when we put it into practice, when we put it into application, when we apply this knowledge within our life, when we apply the meditation, when we take time to sit quietly, when we take time to understand, become aware of the self, realize the self, transform the self. And so as we go through each step, we raise our awareness, we raise our own life in such a way that we live a life which is elevated, a life which is so invaluable, priceless. But practice, application is very important. So it won't just seem like a dreaming life, but it would be a life where I am fully awakened. I am fully awakened in life because I am experiencing that which I truly am. The well-being, this being which is well, I am truly experiencing it. So therefore, it will be a life where I am fully awake. So, all these old tendencies and all these old traits that we have accumulated because we are only seeing the form. And so we think that is natural to be angry, natural to be like this. And so when we put into practice and continue our meditation on a daily basis, this information, the knowledge about the self, creating this deep awareness, going through the realization and transforming, the old tendencies and traits will fall away completely. So I will start with new actions. I will start implementing new actions because I've come to the understanding of my true self. I have come to the realization of my original self. And so I don't have to waste time and energy in changing those old tendencies and old traits. We waste our time and energy because we say, no, I have these negative tendencies and I have these old habits which are not good. But it is when we create new actions, when we create new habits, using that practice, the application, we then start to we start to experience the wonder. So when we let go of the old tendencies and traits, you lose hold, you will allow yourself to be in that awakened state. You will release the padlock, this padlock of belief that we are stuck in will allow us to move forward. So we will realize our truth. We will realize who we really are. There would be a sense of freedom that will come to us. And when we are free, when that padlock is opened, that sense of freedom where I will experience peace and contentment, and that will come so naturally. I wouldn't have to do anything. Naturally, I will experience this original state that I truly am a peaceful soul. I am a soul that is beautiful. I am a well-being. So this will only happen when you act on what you have realized. And we've been through many different exercises, many questions that were posed to you through the month and through the different topics that we had taken up. So that will give you time. And that contemplation, when we question and go through and internalize and understand what is happening within ourselves, the realization comes. So when we act on what we act physically, act on those realizations, we see the shift, we see the change. So every day provides countless opportunities. Just think about it. There are so many experiences, so many things that we learn, but we forget about them. We have that aha moment and we think, oh, we need to do this. So put little things into practice on a daily basis. So when you take little steps and changes starts to take place and there's shifts, there's transformation, it'll be so gradual, you won't know what is happening to you. And then you see, wow, I should have done this many, many years ago. But that's okay. So long as you are putting that into application, the application into your life and seeing this beautiful opportunity that the soul is alive, the soul is well, and the soul is expressing all its beauty from within. That's beautiful. So your natural nature will flourish. You will allow yourself to see who you truly are. So apply and practice. Not when we apply and we practice, it's not to change the self, but it's actually to reveal and restore ourselves. Was and is. So that is what I was, and this is what it is, who I really am, because the memory of who we are is sitting inside of us. So we need to reveal and restore. We have to open up the heart so that we can truly experience our true self, who we really are. So we are going to go into 3 questions, and 3 questions to reflect on the application of your realizations. So the first one, what does the day ahead look like? And I think we always think about in the morning before we start our day, check what appointments we have, what do we need to do. So we make sure that there's time for us to get to our appointments or whatever we need to do. So question, what does the day ahead look like? So it's a good way to just scan what the day holds for you. And number 2, list the specific situations in which you could apply what you could apply, what you have realized. So list the specific situations in which you could apply what you have realized. So an opportunity that when we are going through this process of deeply understanding, this process of spirituality, gaining knowledge of the self, the soul, understanding who we are, our connection to that supreme soul, that supreme being. So when we have those realizations, how can I apply that within my life? And the exercise that Ashina went through yesterday about contemplation, it's a beautiful way of really allowing oneself to understand and realize and go through that process. And in the third question, assign one realization to each situation. And you know, sometimes we do have many resolutions, many ideas, many thoughts, a lot of advice that comes in. So then we're bombarded by how we can resolve the situation. And really, sometimes there's one specific answer to that situation. But then when our mind is so bombarded with so many, we cannot choose one. But then when we go into that state of stillness and quiet and those realizations that we've had, we are intuitive. When we turn within, we will know exactly what it is that we need to do. So I hope you have had a bit of time, of taken a few moments to just go through the 3 questions. And just answer that for yourself. Are there any questions or any thoughts regarding these 3 questions? To share something on the chat? So there was a comment by Debbie on the chat. I realized the importance of having aims and to create these before I start my day. My aim is to apply my intentions for myself. Thank you. Okay, this is Rodi. I would appreciate, if possible, to receive the commentaries and music during the sessions as well. And he has his email address. So I think the host will sort that out for you, Rodi. Any comments, any thoughts, anything anyone wants to share? What has come up for you?
Yes, sister. Yes, what came up for me immediately when the first question, what does the day ahead look like? I just so hectic, there's so much. And when I went through to the second step and I start listing, I was initially I was quite overwhelmed, but when I got into the second step and start listing the real issues or things that are in that hecticness, I've I felt that they were it was manageable. And as I started assigning, what the situation, what I came to realize that by assigning my realization on the situation on all these situations actually brought a huge relief, and a huge relief, and feeling manageable and overwhelming, just disappeared. And I just felt, I'm just feeling that this is manageable and it will happen. So thank you very much for this. It's a very good exercise for me.
Thank you for sharing. But it is that when we just step out of it, again, the detached observer state, when we step back and we just give ourselves a moment to pause, a moment just to have time to, to connect. We have that knowledge within. We do have this energy of the soul that will give us that opportunity, that clarity. But what happens is that we just there, and we constantly just reacting from that space. So we don't give ourselves that opportunity to go inside and it just takes a second, just a moment to just step out of the situation, and then using that knowledge, using that understanding, that realization, staying in the awareness of who you are and those realizations that you've had, and then you use that. Yes, then you're able to definitely make it easier for you to go through your day. There is a comment: I realize that I am in control of my day and not to waste it. Absolutely. So when we're working from that space of knowing ourselves and being in that awareness, the well-being, the being is so important, that we always operate and use that consciousness of being the soul. So being soul conscious rather than body conscious, so rather than seeing the form and working from outside of ourselves, but always internalizing soul conscious, being aware of the self, the soul, and its connection to that supreme being. So on a daily basis, when we take, even if you have to start with 5 minutes every morning to set your day, to make sure that you are in the right state of mind in whatever you are doing, and that you would want to spend your day with that which you choose, to spend your day experiencing happiness, spend your day in expressing love to others, spend your day in having good wishes and pure feelings in your mind for others. So you are generating this energy outwardly from inside. And so automatically, when what you give is what you are receiving. So that means the energy that is coming back to you is also positive. So the influence of whatever is happening in the world, which is chaotic or hectic or negative is not influencing how you are feeling. And so you spend your day, which is controlled, which is giving you back positivity, and you can see that there's no time and energy that has been wasted. Any other thoughts? Any other questions? There's one line that I would like to share in the book that Mike shares. And he ended off by saying that we have to reveal and restore ourselves. Sometimes you just have to be aware of what's in the way, simply because in such moments, what is in the way is the way. What's in the way is the way. So sometimes we complicate things, but yes, there is a simplicity within whatever we are doing. And so when we find the simplicity, when we find the simplest way of whatever we are doing, we have the deep realization of what it is. So if there are not any further thoughts or sharings, let us end off with a meditation. So sitting quietly, having heard a few thoughts of applying this knowledge, this spirituality within my life, and making it a daily practice. I allow the atmosphere around me to influence as I have taken time today to realize my true, original state of being. To realize I, the soul, sitting in the center of the forehead, a sparkling energy of light. As I use this knowledge, this understanding of who I am, I allow the feeling and the emotions to flow through my being of this peaceful, loving nature of who I really am. I give time to reveal and restore this inner beauty. This uniqueness of being the soul. Every moment, every day, Every action is different. It is an opportunity to apply what I have realized. So stay in this awareness of the being. Stay in the awareness of the self, this being of peace. Stay in the awareness. Sparkling diamond. Be awake to your life of beauty, peace. As I spend time in meditating and contemplating, I keep invoking the realization of my true and natural self. I move away from that which is false. And only see clearly the truth of what is true. And so when I take time on a daily basis, I create this ability to create newness, to shape my personality, my character. And that will replace tendencies, old habits, old tendencies. And as I create this newness and keep acting on my realizations of truth, those tendencies lose their hold over me. I allow my heart to open. These chains of illusions, of negativity to break free and fall away. I experience a freedom. With that freedom comes peace and contentment. And these are my natural nature. And I feel they become so natural, I don't even have to think about them. So let me experience my day to day as I chose this morning to experience peace, contentment, and lightness. I am an invaluable diamond. My life is invaluable. Let me experience the beauty of my being. Let me be well. Stay well. Let me experience. Oh, Shanti. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on Rise and Shine. And we will take up the 4th practice tomorrow with Sister Ashina. Just a reminder of our programs this evening, the meditation, tuning into my inner radiance. That's from 7 p.m. to 7:30. And then on Thursday, Sanisha will be giving us an inspirational talk on the power of discernment. That's at 7 on Thursday. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. Experience the wonder and the beautiful diamond that you are in your life today. Take care. Enjoy. Om Shanti.